I was like, you know what? I can get amped up for this podcast, and I can stay up with my kids because I know they're not going to go to bed on time today.
Because they took a nap.
They took a nap that was like 2 hours long. I was like, God, that's a good nap. That's a long nap.
It's a good nap.
I didn't even get out of bed.
I read some deal the other day. This is stupid. They said that if you're going to take a nap, you either take a...
Yes,
I think this is at work. Is that the work?
Yes,
Yes, yeah. Is that real?
Yeah, that's 100% real.
You either take what is it, a 20-minute
nap
or a 90-minute?
Yeah. No, that's a... I used to take naps on my breaks when I first started up there.
Yeah.
And like, I'm telling you, a 26-minute break, one of the most refreshing naps I've ever had.
Yeah, they said take 20 or 90. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm on 20. I'm on 20-minute napper myself.
I'm like a 3-hour napper.
Yeah.
When I get a chance.
I don't take very many naps, but if I do lay down for a nap, it's gonna be a nappy nap.
It's extensive.
Yeah.
It's not a cat nap. It's a small sleep.
Yeah, it's where you wake up and you like trying to figure out where you're at and like
what? How many days have passed?
Yeah. Is it still Wednesday?
Is it morning or afternoon?
Is it Wednesday? Is it still Thursday? I'm not really sure.
Kiddo comes in there shaking you. Are you alive, Dad? Are you alive? It's our weekend together. What are you doing?
Every time Kiddo comes in, she's so damn quiet, like, and she doesn't do anything at the house. Every time she comes in there and wakes me up, it's very few times she'll wake me up in the middle of the night. If she does wake me up, I always wake up and I'm like, when did you get here? Like, I forget she's there. Like, is this?
You pick me up from school, Dad. What are you doing?
She's so quiet, man. She's like the most quiet little kid.
Man, did anything happen to y'all interesting today?
No. I recorded. That was it.
You've had a busy day in recording, haven't
Not really.
you? Only do the one?
It's just
Only one.
I thought you had two today.
Liz is in Fort Worth.
Wow.
So
Does she listen to this?
I don't know.
Probably not. She's not very
I
supportive.
think she told me she listens to everything that we make.
Yeah.
Well, if you do, Liz, you screwed the pooch on that one.
Well, I
Fort
didn't
Worth.
ask her because as soon as I called and she said I was in Fort Worth, I was like, oh, well, that ends that conversation.
Oh, so it wasn't planned out?
No.
Oh, never mind, Liz. You didn't screw the pooch.
Nah, she didn't screw the pooch. She
did.
did not.
Kenneth
It was
did.
me.
Yeah, so my day did not go as planned.
Yeah, what happened?
So it started out really well.
Yeah.
It was a nice, peaceful morning because
Sure.
I got to sleep until noon.
The whole morning.
Yeah, it was
You slept
nice.
the whole morning?
It was a rough week for me.
You
at
slept
work.
till noon?
Yeah, man, it's been a rough week, and I
He
haven't.
has to sleep.
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of sleep. I ended up going to sleep Friday morning, technically at like 6:30 a.m. And I was gonna sleep until work because the wifey had to go. She went and did some stuff. But at like noon or something like that, no, it was 11. It was 11 o'clock. I got a call from work, and they needed my help with fixing an issue. So I did not get to sleep how I wanted to. So I was exhausted. And then I got to sleep in a day, thankfully. Appreciate that, wifey. But we had a plan today. We were going to go to a swimming party at a friend's house. He actually works up at Mars. Not going to say his name, but great guy. One of the nicest people I've ever met. And so we go to Target to get our daughter some like floaties and stuff like that, like a life jacket. She's less than 2 years old. She didn't really know how to swim, but we wanted to have a good time. And we'll go do that. They didn't have one at Target, so we went to Walmart. We got her one at Walmart, and then we head over to this place. Now, earlier that day, I had texted my brother. I was like, hey, man, are you going to go over to so-and-so's house? He said yes. They were invited too. And cool. Party was actually at 3, not 4, but we showed up at like 3:20. And we get there, and I see the guy who lives there, his house, he was leaving. I was like, oh, maybe he has to get something, we're late. And there's like nobody there. I'm like, what's going on? So I guess, I don't know I'm assuming it's his dad. We go up to the door and we're like, we're here for the party. And he was like, party's not here. What are you doing? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, oh, they rented out a space in China Spring. I was like, oh. So we went and spent all this money on swimming stuff. We were not swimming.
No, there's no swimming stuff.
No swimming stuff.
Yeah.
They had rented out like a fitness center. It was like a baby party.
Yeah.
For the child they had a couple months back. They didn't get to have one at the time.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool, no big deal. I get the address. I show up. Everybody's having a good time. There's balloons and cake and all this stuff and food, and we're there for about 15 minutes. And I get my wife gets a call from my grandma, and she's like, "Hey, the dogs got out." Okay, that's great. Oh, and the neighbor showed up and they killed their cat.
The dogs killed the cat?
Yeah, our dogs had killed a cat.
Their pet cat.
Well, that's what it was. We're getting there. That's what was told to us originally So we're freaking out, like, oh no, our dogs are gonna get put down, or we're gonna get sued, or something along these lines. We're freaking out. So hey, man, I appreciate you inviting us, but we got a scat. And we call my parents because they are living at the trailer park. Not trailer park, the campgrounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't say that.
It's not the trailer park. It's
Don't say that.
It's campgrounds.
Yeah, there you go.
They're camping. They're living in their
He'll
camper.
kill you. He'll kill you.
Yeah, living in
He'll kill you.
their camper until their house gets built. Yeah, not trailer park.
Billy's gonna bring the hammer down on that one.
He'll kill you.
We've been there. We've done that. We left that part behind. So they're staying in their camper a couple blocks away while their house is being built. And call them like, okay. So they get in their vehicles and they go look for the dogs. We get probably 5 minutes outside of the town we live in, and they're like, we got the dogs. One of the dogs is about to have a heart attack because like she can't even move. She's just been running so much. They literally have to pick her up out of the truck to get her back into our backyard. So we get there, and I'm like, okay, now I got to figure something out because one of our dogs climbed over the fence, and the female dog, she squeezed between the fences and like shed off all her hair on one side.
God damn.
Yeah, she really wanted to get out. And then our neighbor who was mowing, who said our dogs had killed a cat, he's like, hey man, it's not my cat. I think it's a stray cat. And it was like a sigh of relief. Obviously, unfortunately, the cat died. But
I think it's somebody's fluffy.
yeah, that's the best news. He was like, honestly, that cat's been picking fights outside my yard at night, so I'm not too mad. So he was like, it was okay with that cat dying. And so I was like, now I got to figure out what I'm going to do to keep my dogs inside the yard. So I had to go back to our old house, which still haven't sold yet, should be doing this week, and unscrew the hot fence and all that stuff and bring that back to the new house and re-put that up at the new house. And it was just, man, it was not the way I anticipated my day going. And we didn't finish that until like 7:20.
So you didn't party at all?
No, I didn't get to enjoy myself today.
There you go.
Yep.
But
So
you got to enjoy sleep.
I did get some sleep. That was nice.
Yeah.
That was
You were well prepared.
Yeah. Not in the best of moods when I found out my dogs had killed a cat, and I was like, well, they're gonna get put down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what they do when they kill it?
I think it just really depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Depending on the owner. Like, say if the owner was like a prick,
Yeah.
and they're like, hey, this dog is a menace.
They got to put them down.
Yeah, I mean that's probably an option.
Yeah.
And I'd probably have to pay a fine or something. Thankfully, that didn't happen.
We had neighbors one time. We had similar, not the situation where something got killed, but this is years back. I had a dog, but it was in my yard, and one of their dogs got out and got in my yard, and then my dog handled business when it got in its space.
Right.
And the neighbors were just trying to raise hell about it. I'm like,
It's in my yard.
yeah. Now, if your dogs were put up, that'd be different, but that's not the case right now.
Yeah.
All this happened right here, and I'm not going to be a jerk and try to, press charges or do anything because your dog came onto my property.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll just call it good for what it is.
Yeah.
Let him lick his wounds. You take him home, and keep your dog put up.
Yeah. That was,
So it didn't kill the dog?
It didn't, but I think a lot of that was intervention from my wife.
Right.
Like, because I've always just had dogs that are just, they're not mean, but they're protective.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know this particular dog that I had there not been any human intervention, that's exactly how it would have ended.
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially when, you're in your own space. Like, you already got home field advantage.
Yeah. And that's the thing. My dogs have never been aggressive dogs. I mean, they've been loud dogs, but they've never been aggressive. But I mean, whatever this cat did must have just sparked my dog's curiosity or interest or something, and he jumped that fence. From what I'm assuming, the other one said, "Floop."
That's what I mean.
Chase,
taking it off of dogs for a second. That was always the best thing for, like, when we were in high school. Like, they always told us, my parents always told us, like, don't fight in school. Like, we live a mile from the school. Just tell them to come. And that was the greatest thing. Was I was like, I never fought at school. I was always like, just come to the house.
Yeah.
But I always had home field advantage.
Yeah, that's right.
I know where every dip in the road, every dip in the yard is. I know where you're going to trip over that dip. I know that dip's there.
You're going to fall right into my fist.
I'm going to drop this elbow of hell on you.
I always had home field advantage, man. And that tree saw many a dome.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, my parents were like, why would you fight? Because we got in a fight. My brother got in a fight at school one time, and he got in a lot of trouble. And they were like, why would you fight at school? And he was like, well, because, they did this. They were like, just wait till after school, tell them to come to the house.
Yeah.
We live a mile from the house. They can walk there. And then that's what happened. They'd always just show up to the door and then, do your thing.
Do your thing. Were you ever on the losing end of a fight? I don't know if we've talked about this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got my ass beat several times.
I know we talked about your situation.
Oh, yeah, I've had a couple of ass whoopings. More than a couple.
Never had my ass beat.
Really?
I've never really been in a fight.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, man.
I did a lot when I was younger, but...
I got the shit beat out of me. I got the shit out of me by... Man, I don't go out to clubs or nothing. I don't go out to clubs. I'll go out to a bar occasionally, but I don't go out to clubs. This is when I was, like, drinking. We were pre-gaming, and I got just... trashed before and I don't even remember that's the reason I know I don't remember leaving is because we went to a club, like a dance club, and I'm like, that's not my scene, but so the fact that I was in there already lets me know that I didn't know that's where we were going. And dude, I woke up the next morning and I looked like I had been in a car wreck. I mean, I was just I went in there to like rub my face, and I did one of these. I was like, Jesus Christ, what the hell? And just walked in there and just, still had the fat lip. The blood was still caked. I walked into my buddies. I was like, what happened here? Like, I don't even remember this. I don't even remember getting smoked, and they were like, apparently there was like this dude that was, when they get out of basic training and they come home for 2 weeks. He was home for 2 weeks.
Oh, and they're ready.
Yeah, apparently. And that's a weird thing is I don't talk. I'm not a big shit talker. But they said I started it. They were like, you started it, and like
he finished it.
They said, this dude beat your ass from one end of that place to the other. And I was like, why didn't y'all stop it? They were like, kind of deserved it. They're like, we stopped it. They were like, we stopped it, but we were like. Let him get a couple. Yeah, let him get a couple. Yeah, he kind of deserved what you got.
What did you do?
I don't know.
They didn't tell you.
I mean, apparently
got hammered enough to.
Yeah, apparently, like I don't know, the guy bumped into me, and that was the other thing. When people bump into me, I'm just like, oh, sorry about that. I usually apologize for them bumping into me. Like I was like, I'm sorry, but apparently I like took it the wrong way, and old boy was like, hey man, relax. It was an accident. Sorry about that. Apparently I guess he looked Marine-ish. So I gave him the old yes sir, one of these, and he didn't take too kindly to that, and then we kind of talked back and forth, and then he was like, well, watch this.
He just fucking judo chopped your ass.
Yeah, apparently it was pretty rough. Like,
the whole Austin Powers
judo. That's a good thing, though. I don't remember it. I was like, I don't know. I don't remember even getting hit.
I don't know if that would be I don't know. I feel like I would want to remember that experience.
Yeah.
Now you can tell it in detail what's going on, man.
Got the shit beat out of me. There was a couple other times, you're young and you get that 35-year-old man who's got that, he's got enough life under his belt that he's not scared of your little punk ass 18-year-old self. You go in there, kind of give him that little shover, and he's like, oh, homeboy, listen.
He's like, I've been around the block, bud.
Yeah, that, and I've got 2 kids at the house. I got a wife that bitches at me all the time. My job sucks. I'm fixing to take all that out on you. Like I'm fixing
10 years of repressed rage is about to get unloaded on your ass.
I'm fixing to fuck your little 18-year-old ass up. That's what happened.
He went home and just pounded his wife. He's like, babe, this is the best night I've had in a long time.
Yeah, it was. I've had a couple of those.
Hey, you made somebody's night though.
Yeah, sure did.
You made them feel real tough.
Yeah. That's like I said, after 30 years old, don't be somebody's story,
Yeah.
Up until then, it's cool, but don't be somebody's story after 30.
So I got 4 more years.
Yeah, you're in a different situation. You got like a wife, a kid, a good job. Don't be somebody's story, Bubba. Don't be somebody's story. Don't wind up in a paper.
Yeah. That's it's always the craziest thing when you hear something about that. Like you work with somebody and they're like, oh, or they're in jail.
Yeah, you're like, God damn, what is going on in your world?
Yeah. It's always crazy.
I'm too boring to go to jail.
Yeah, I am too. Like, I don't know. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were like, "So did you party a lot in high school?" No, I didn't go to a single party in high school. The one party I went to in high school was our graduation party, and I was there for like 30 minutes, then had to leave because I was house sitting some dogs.
I've been to jail. It's not. I just don't go anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a trend. Why do you always have to leave parties?
Yeah.
Parties aren't my thing, man.
Yeah.
Parties aren't my thing.
So you either actually have an excuse or you come up with one, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, in a way. But a lot of times I'll just hang out and then be like, well, guys, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Peace out.
When I was younger, I used to love partying, but now I wouldn't go to a party if you could pay me, I wouldn't go.
But it's the same thing. You were in a different situation.
Yeah.
Man. Like you got a good job.
Yeah.
You've
Kinda
lived that part of your life.
Living right, so I don't need to. Let's not do all that.
Yeah, you don't want. Road less traveled needs to stay less traveled.
Sure. It was fun while I was doing it.
Yeah, that's one thing. I mean, I do wish I had those experiences because.
Nah, not really.
You say that, but y'all have all these great stories, and I'm like, well, I sat at home playing video games. That was cool.
Yeah, let's put some quotation marks around great.
Yeah.
Because normally they ended up in a place you don't want to end up, or they're funny when you hear them, but they're terrifying when they're happening. Yeah. They're absolutely terrifying.
That's fair.
Yeah.
When it sounds funny when you're being chased by the police until you're being chased by the police, then it's not funny.
I've never had that. I've been pulled over twice in my life, man, and one was a legitimate reason. That was recent when I bought my new truck and my tail light was out.
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you were trying to.
No.
You're copping it over there?
Well, I feel like he thought.
I bumped him.
I feel like he thought my hang dang was as long as his.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's not.
No, that's not happening.
No, I'm not a knee slapper, bud.
No,
you are. I'm not.
No.
You got to aim much higher if you're trying to get that thing.
Yeah. That's a different situation.
He gets a little shy. We talked about that.
It's a little gun shy. Yeah. That's okay.
Yep.
Gun shy.
Shy.
He ain't got issues there either.
No, I really don't.
And the other time I got pulled over was because the officer was like, your back windows looks a little dark. I was like, well, first off, your back window can be as tinted as you want it, right? Like,
yeah,
I think you could go 5%.
No, the back window can be as like
you could double limousine it you could paint the thing.
I didn't know that.
No, the only windows that have restrictions are the height of the brow and the passenger and driver side windows.
Yeah,
everything behind the basically B pillar back. You could literally put as much window tint as you want on all of them.
I told whenever I go get my windows tinted, I always go to like a place, and I always just tell them do the legal limit. And this last time when I got my car done, this car, I was like, when I got it back, I was like, are we sure that's all legal?
If I get pulled over, am I going to take it?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to be peeling this shit off, because I feel like that's really dark.
You know what's funny about that? If you got a fresh inspection, like you just say you got an inspection just like a week ago, and then you go and take it and get it done, all window tint fades about 5% out in about a year. So you could actually get 5% lower, and then a year later when your inspection's up, as long as you don't get pulled over and they don't test it, you actually, if you put a meter on it at that point, it's probably going to be right on the money because it fades out.
That's interesting. But anyway, the cop said...
I don't know. Mine's dark, man.
That was actually part of the reason I bought my truck, because those back windows are they're dark, and it's like, well, I have my daughter back there all the time, so it works for me. I'm not upset about it.
No,
it was a factor in buying the truck, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you.
Don't ask me something I'm not gonna know the answer to.
Me being an auto guy, right?
Yeah, so I'm not.
Why? So, what is appealing to you about automotive tint? Because the reason I like automotive tint has nothing to do with aesthetics.
Yeah, mine's just aesthetics. I don't really.
He's like, I like the way it looks.
Yeah, I just like the way it looks. That's all. That's literally all mine is.
Well, so like in the instance I was talking about in the truck, the back ones are super tinted, and part of the reason is just because my daughter's back there, and I don't want people looking back there seeing a car seat and all that stuff, and I don't want them trying to be like, oh, I want that or need that. So that's part of it. Yeah. And then, we can have sex in the back when we need to.
Stop. Stop it.
Wow.
Hey, ass, man.
Are you in a better mood today? It seems like it's improving.
It has improved.
By the moment.
Yeah, so after everything happened today, and then, right before I headed here, I was talking to the wifey and all that stuff, and we were both in a much better mood and freaking out a whole lot less. And plus, I say this every podcast, we should be closing on our house this week.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, man, tell me about it. And we met appraisal value, so we're gonna do all right on our.
Not gonna do all right on the sale.
Yeah.
Gonna make a couple of nickels.
At least a couple quarters.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're not gonna worry about your next meal, huh?
There you go.
No.
That's good.
No.
As long as you're not worried about your next meal.
No.
I'm worried about my next meal.
Probably gonna be ramen.
Yeah.
But by choice.
But my choice. Yeah. Who doesn't love ramen?
You eat that nasty shit?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Well,
I don't eat it by itself. Do you eat it by yourself? By itself?
yeah, dude.
What do you put it in?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
If I make ramen, I like pan-seared chicken. I'll boil an egg. I like
That's
put
a lot of
veggies
extra
in
work.
with it. Well, yeah, but like real ramen has all of those other things.
So does top ramen, but
Top
flavored.
a cup of noodle.
I actually don't like the cup of noodle that much.
I don't eat the shit, so I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you. I don't eat it.
Yeah, well, when I moved out of the house, I was making like $200 a week, so I had to figure out what I'm going to spend my money on, and ramen was cheap, so
Yeah.
that was the move.
Damn, you're making $200 a week and you were living on your own?
No, I was living with my cousin.
Damn.
I was living with my cousin.
Jesus Christ, dude! I need to get on your budget. Yeah, you living on $200 a week?
Well, when you eat nothing but ramen, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not bad, it's not bad.
There's something to that, though. I'm telling you. I can remember my first job that I worked hard at that I was still broke, even though as hard as I worked was. And there's something that, like, to me, I think that's why I'm as good with money as I am, is because of just not having it.
That's really weird. I'm trying to think. Even my first job, man. My first job when I lived out here.
Yeah.
I was like fucking 14 at the time. You know, so that I counting when you're actually legal work.
Yeah.
I've never like worked for minimum wage, or I've never like had a bad. I've always like my first job was a good job. Like I've always made like decent money.
Yeah.
I've never like been one of those where I'm like, oh, I'm making $8 an hour. You know, like.
There's a story. You're just laughing at Garrett.
God, stop.
Oh God! Shit.
That was out of.
I can't think about it, or I'll laugh.
I want you to know that was literally out of nowhere, where you just. I felt like tears are already coming out
Oh
of your face.
my God, man! But when he's talking about I've never had that kind of job, dude.
I don't know what job you're talking about.
Oh shit!
So,
I can't talk about it. I'll laugh the whole show.
No, you have to tell. You cannot laugh like that and not tell us. That's jacked
well,
up.
that's a whole. I mean, that's a whole episode.
People are insane.
I'm about
That's all I can say. He's insane. That's all I can.
Was he like?
$8 an hour golf course.
Oh
You
my
serious?
God!
Was he
it's
like,
so funny?
What was that one show with that where he goes down and does like the worst jobs in America?
Oh yeah, Dirty Jobs.
Jobs. Dirty
I love
Jobs.
that show.
Hey, some of it was pretty
Dude,
entertaining, man.
I love that show.
Micro.
And I love the what's it called? How It's Made.
Yeah.
You ever watch that one?
I have not.
Yeah, he's a commentator.
Yeah. He's the commentator for it. Yeah, How It's Made is so cool because I like when they go in. The factories and they show it running. I looked at my dad and I go, let me tell you something. Behind that machine right there, there's somebody going, God damn, piece of shit. I was like, it doesn't run like that.
No.
It's like they picked the best running one.
Oh, yeah. They probably
and then
get, like-
they slowed it down. And, like it's
All
not
right,
running
we're
like
gonna
that.
They probably get like
10
3 hours of footage.
For that 30
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
30 seconds.
Oh yeah, if you work at a factory, you know.
Yeah, there's a disaster in front of it and behind it. But
It's
in the
just-
frame, it's great.
Oh, yeah.
Shit is on fire on either side of it.
You have the cameraman. Wait, 5 more seconds, guys.
Yeah.
It's gonna blow up. 5 more seconds.
The whole team's over there picking
Now you
mess
can
up.
fix it.
Yeah, I was like, God, I watched that. And I used to watch that show before I worked in a factory, and now that I've worked in a factory, I'm like, that's not how that goes.
You're like, before, you're like, oh, that's so fascinating.
so neat.
After, you're like,
I can't believe it just. I can't believe it just runs like that all the time.
Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't. It doesn't.
And then you come home from a 16-hour shift like. I need something to put me to sleep real quick.
Like I said, right behind that, there's somebody taking a graham cracker box and just throwing it as far as fire. Like,
Hey, I've thrown a couple boxes in my life. You know?
dude, if you haven't thrown a box, you haven't worked there.
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
I punted one, Pat McAfee style one time. I grabbed it. I was so frustrated. Just pulled it out of the machine. Just go, and it's like punted
yeah?
it as far as I could.
Oh, yeah?
It looked like fireworks going off.
I'm glad you did that because I punted one time and that box didn't move, and my foot was hurting.
You work with heavier, but you can't punt those.
I work with all the boxes.
Yeah, you can't punt
But
those.
I was in such
This
a
is
bad
singular
mood.
box.
I kicked a 36 count box. Yeah, and it did not move, and my foot was pounding.
So heavy.
Yeah, it's like 50 pounds a box, man.
I have never in my life, I swear, and it's not y'all's fault. It has nothing to do with y'all, but I swear, we can have the smallest, tiniest box, and then we can have those big bastards going at the same time, and it never fails. PD calls and goes, "Hey, can you stack that one off?" I'm like, "Why that one? Like, we got one that's literally 1.5 pounds. Why are we? That thing's 50 fucking pounds, man. Why that one?" Like,
I don't think I've ever asked that though.
Yeah, dude, we've had them ask it before.
Well, okay,
like, what the fuck? Why?
Let me rephrase that. I've asked. No. I've let me rephrase. I've said, "Hey, you either fix your box or we're going to turn the machine off and you have to hand stack it." That's your options because you're causing us to restack these 2,000 pound pallets inside of a very small palletizer, and it's not easy because your boxes are coming wide open and they're just falling everywhere.
Wide ass open.
If you go through my camera on my phone with my photos, there's just
open boxes
everywhere, man. I did I pulled up my photos today, and it brought up 2021 in review. You know how it goes through it goes through like slideshows of the pictures I took throughout the year, and it starts off with this like really nice picture of me and my daughter, and then it goes to another one of like my daughter playing, and then boxes. I was like, this is not the kind of review I wanted for my 2021, man. And I was like, geez, actually, it might still be on there. I'll show you after this.
I like seeing Colton's name on my phone now because it's always like, oh, this is going to be fun. I swear, when I was still doing what you do up there, when I saw Colton's number, it took everything in me not to just pick up the phone and go, what, man? What? What? Yeah, I know. You know why I know it's messed up? Because it's a shit show down here. That's why I know it's messed up.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me. It's terrible.
Everybody from every line gets that, so...
I was out. I was like day 3 or 4 recovering from my surgery, and Colton sends me a picture of some boxes.
I got some open boxes.
And he goes, "So I hear you're the only one that can fix this problem."
Yeah. So,
and I looked at it and I was like, and then, but he sent it because I normally am on midnight. And then by the time I got up, he had sent another message. And she goes, "Oh, I completely forgot. You got a surgery. My bad."
Yeah. So we were in that situation. So our entire shift sucked because their boxes sucked. And we got to that final escalation point to where if it doesn't get fixed, we're gonna lock your shit out and you'll have to hand stack it or fix it.
Yeah.
And it was the oncoming shift, and their person who does my role was like, "Let's go over there," and he said, "Text Jordan. Jordan knows how to fix it. He fixed it last time." So I sent him that text, and I was like, "Oh wait, he's not even fucking here." And so we go over to their machine, and that guy that's coming on shift, he looks in the first box that comes out fucked up, and he goes, "Boom, e-stop." Just turns their machine off, and we go talk to their lead, and he was like, "All right, we'll get it fixed." He's like, "You turn off the machine, they'll get it fixed real quick." You get over there?
Oh, God.
It's just drama.
It's funny because every time, like, if I see somebody in passing, like a lead or like a PC or somebody, and they're like, "Man, I'm really tired of you sending these pictures." It's like, yeah, everybody tells me that from every shift in every line because everybody gets it. You're nothing special. Everybody fucks us, okay? We're the toilet bowl of the company. We get shit on the most. I promise. That's just how it runs. It runs downhill, and we're at the bottom.
Yeah, you're at the bottom.
Yeah.
No.
But also, we're like, because I run the warehouse too, and they're like, "Where's our material?" I was like, "We're trying to get it to you. We're the most important, but we're also the least important at the same time." Like, we still get shit on no matter what, though.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy day, man.
Good Lord.
Been a crazy week. This week was rough. And the lack of awareness from people, man. Like, I left Friday night. Okay. Well, let me rephrase. The oncoming shift came in, and they were like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, I'm in a bad mood." They saw me and knew I was pissed off just because people just don't have awareness sometimes, man. Like, we had both rappers down, and nobody was paying attention. And without those both those rappers moving, nothing moves. And I was just like, "What are we doing? What are we doing, man?" Kenneth, I need you to wake up, bro.
No, I got something in my eye. I'm not sleepy. I got something in my eye.
He looks like he's about to pass out.
No, I'm just
fall asleep, man.
God bless. I don't know what something. I think I rubbed my eye and my eyelash got in my eye.
Don't lie. It was me. I'm in your eye.
I'm mad.
What was the noise? Damn it. Come on, Kenny.
Oh, man. It's low energy today.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to pump it up, but
Yeah,
you're over here.
I gotta get up.
Yeah, dude. Like you typically go on rants, and your rants are freaking hilarious, and now you're just.
I got no rants today, man. I'm telling you, doing them on the weekend. That's what when me and Garrett used to do them on the weekend. They were always like this. It's because I remember relaxed on the weekend.
I remember going into. I remember watching one of y'all's episodes, and you were like, one of the first things y'all said was, "Man, we have low energy."
Yeah, it's always on the weekend because you're relaxed on the weekend. You're like, you're not all amped up. We're usually doing them right after work, so you're like you're just.
So what you're saying is no more weekend episodes.
No, we could do. I like the low energy every once in a while.
Hell,
we don't have to be all goofy all the time. You know,
that's true.
I just like the combo sometimes.
Sir, this episode, this show's called Last Minute Laugh.
Yeah,
we have to be goofy.
We do.
It's in the job description.
We would do. I was gonna film some videos today.
Man, I would love to film. I made a TikTok. Our Instagram page is doing really good.
Yeah.
And our TikTok's doing really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And YouTube, I heard, is doing pretty good.
Yeah. And so I think we need to start making the shorts on YouTube too. Yeah. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down.
I've got one. I told him today, I was like, Colton's just goofy enough. I think we can pull it off. Like, it'll be me and you, but I think we can pull it off. Yeah. I was like, it'll be hilarious.
I showed him a reel that I'd made with my cousins. So this weekend we went out and we put lines out. We went fishing.
Oh yeah.
And he was fucking with Snapchat and I was fucking with Snapchat and I just took some videos. I made a reel with the Pirates of the Caribbean. Dun 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 dun. dun. As he's just there rocking the canoe. Oh god, it matched perfect. Man. It was terrible.
I want to do the Jack Sparrow run.
Oh, yeah. That's what this is. That's what this is. I'm telling you, it's the thing I got in mind. I'm telling you, man, that's what this is. I just got to set it up, but yeah, we're good. That's it. Because as soon as I heard that song today, I was like, "Where'd you get that?" I was like, "Is that?" And I was thinking, "Is that on the little YouTube short thing?" I was like, "Because it all ties into that."
I need a jar of dirt.
Dude, he almost jumped out of his chair when he found it too. He's like, "Oh, they have it!"
Yeah, I was so excited.
I saw a TikTok today of a dude doing it. This dude found one of the, you know how in Vegas people dress up as characters and stuff. He found Johnny Depp, and he said, "Will you do this video for me?" And he was like, "What do you want me to do?" He's like, "Do the Johnny Depp run or the Jack Sparrow run." He's like, "All right." And he picks up his jar of dirt and he just takes off running, and then it starts cutting the clips and he's like running through a restaurant and then running over like a building. It's like, this guy knows what he's doing. It had like 700,000 likes.
It was, dude, I'm telling you, man, I don't know if you follow him on TikTok, but I'm telling you, if you don't follow him, it's the best follow on TikTok is the damn Savannah Bananas. They're the best. Yeah. And they have an inning where they just do the Jack Sparrow run around the bases. Like, they can't do it until the song comes on. So they'll be like running to second base, the song comes on, and they have to like... I got a jar of dirt. They are the best follow, man. Yeah. They're so funny.
I know.
Have you ever heard of them?
No.
Oh my god. So
is it on sporting events and stuff?
Yeah. But it's not what you think.
I know it's not a sporting event.
Actually,
it is. It
is. So it's
is it like the mascot run type stuff?
No. So they're a baseball team out of Savannah, Georgia. And basically all it is they're like a lower A class team. You know, they're like a single A,
like triple A.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even lower than that. You know, they're like a low A.
Yeah.
And so it's basically like the college kids from in that town when they don't go home for the summer, they just stay there and play for this team. And it's like a show. So like before they pitch, the pitcher will come up to pitch.
He'll do that.
And then a song starts on the deal and then they dance before and then the song stops and they pitch. Like they'll have a kilt night where you have to play in kilts. They'll have
they had a dude that was batting run on stilts.
Run on stilts, and every player has like his own entrance or like a wrestling type entrance when he comes to the plate.
It's not sports, it's entertainment.
It's so exactly great, man.
I'm 100% down to take a trip and watch.
Dude, so I told my dad, I was like, there's no chance that I'm not going to watch this team play sometime.
Yeah.
But from what Garrett was saying, his brother and his brother-in-law and his sister live in Savannah. Okay. And he said it is like damn near impossible to get tickets to that thing.
I believe it.
He was like,
I bet it's super popular.
Yeah, he was like, it's damn near impossible to get tickets. You have to buy them like really early in advance to be able to watch it.
Yeah, they're always doing like the TikTok trends. Like anytime
it's so funny, man. I swear, man, I can't wait to go see them.
Yeah, I'm down. Like we should, if you're up for it, I'd make that trip with you, bud.
It'll be fun, man.
Be down.
I love baseball, so I will drive hours to watch baseball.
Well, I'm not the biggest baseball fan. I like to play instead of watch. But that's an entertainment event. That's like going to watch WWE, man.
I watched.
It's better in person.
I watched.
Agreed.
I watched 2 baseball games Thursday and Friday.
I was going to ask you about that because you said one of them was one of the greatest baseball games you've ever seen. What happened?
Oh my God, that one Friday night was insane, man. So the one team came out and first inning ran them out of the park 4-0.
Yeah,
and it wasn't a one run here, one. I mean, they were just and just jumped up 4-0, and I was like, holy shit! And over the innings, like it didn't happen all at once, but it was 4-2. 4-3, 4-4, but it was all separated out. When it got to the 7th inning, they only, so in high school ball they only play 7 innings.
Oh, so you watch high school?
Yeah, so they get the high school ball, hit 7th inning, they're tied up, and they went all the way into the 10th inning.
Damn.
It was insane, man. It was such a good game.
Damn.
And it ended on a throw to the plate, slide in, called him safe. Like it was one of those endings. Like
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Who'd you watch?
Bosqueville and Valley Mills.
Oh yeah.
J-Mac's kid plays on the Valley Mills team.
Who's that?
J-Mac. His kid plays on the.
You know who that is?
No.
Okay.
Oh, he's a dude up there at Iwood Sowers.
He's a cool dude. He's cool as dude.
Really cool.
Yeah.
One of the coolest guys in there. Like
he's chill as hell.
Talks just like Matthew McConaughey. Couldn't tell him apart.
Wow.
Could not. Yes.
Gotta loop it in.
Now that you point that out,
He does, doesn't he?
He has that similar like.
I tell everybody that, and nobody hears it until I go, he sounds like Matthew McConaughey, and they're like, damn, he does. They're like, damn, he does sound like. I'm like, yeah, he sounds just like him. I was like, he has that like.
Is that
the building could be on fire, and he'd be like, all right, guys.
Hey,
so the building's on fire. We're gonna know to go ahead and get out of here.
The best part
he's like, I swear the man's never been excited in his life. Like guarantee he's never gone above that monotone voice. Like,
oh yeah, even when he's pissed off, it was hilarious. Yeah. One day he came down there, he was like, "What these fucking idiots tell you to do?" And I was like, "Well, they need something back." And he was like, "Don't ever listen to these idiots. Come talk to me before you do anything stupid." And I was like, okay, that's cool. No. Hey, man, I'll just do what I was told.
He's so funny, man. He's like I said, he's just got that
real chill.
Real chill.
Hey, guys.
Hey, he's hard to miss. You can't miss him.
Oh, you can't miss him. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
He's not a small fella.
Nope. Bigger than Garrett Big?
No.
He's that close.
I think he's taller than Garrett.
Yeah, he's taller than Garrett, but he's not as big. I don't know.
He's a pretty big guy.
He's a big dude, man. I don't know. He's a big fella.
He might be.
Yeah, he's not a small fella, and it's like I said, he's one of those guys that's not like he's a naturally big fella. Like he's got a big ass head. He's a big dude, man. He's not little.
Yeah, he's got a strut to him.
Yeah, he's a big fella, man.
Yeah. Man, I was about to say something too.
You can't miss him.
The hell? Oh, I have to throw this in there. My hometown. The Pirates won state.
Yeah, the girls softball won state, didn't
let's
they?
Let's go.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Again,
I was going to say, what else is
there? It's like the 4th time.
Yeah, grass is green, sky's blue. What else?
They're winning state every other year.
Yeah,
I think it was 4 times in the last 8 years, something like that. So I mean, it is what it is.
Bosqueville was they were the odds-on favorite to win state. That ain't happening.
No.
Yeah, the Valley Mills beat shit out of them.
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, Valley Mills is gonna win state, I guess.
I think that next team they're going to run into might have something to say about that. Who are they
playing?
It'll be Garrison. I think they're playing Garrison. I think it's Garrison next. And like I said, if Bosqueville had showed up to that, they can say they were the odds-on favorite all they want. That team would beat the fucking brakes off of them.
Well, that's weird how that always works. Oh, this team's going to be the greatest, and then they just get their teeth stomped in.
That was the thing is like, so Bosqueville and Valley Mills are in the same district. Mm-hmm. So like they've already played like 2 or 3 times this year. And that's what I told my dad. I was like, dude, they came out and it looked like the first game that they played, and Valley Mills just ran them out of the building. And the first game they played, it looked like a team that had won 3 games and looked like a team that wanted to win a game. You know what I'm saying? It was like they came in all cocky, and I was like, oh, here we go. I swear, so when I was watching them warm up, I was like, they're going to get beat.
Yeah.
And they did. And I was like, and the bad thing is that gave Valley Mills just that little spark of like, oh, we can beat them. They're not like... I know that we've lost to them 3 times, but we just beat them. So I was like, in that second game, I even texted J-Mac. I told him, I was like, it's never going to happen. Bosqueville's out. Like, they gave them that little, like, oh, we can do this. I'd say if they would have come in that game and just ran them out of the building on that first game, that second game would have been a run rule and it had been over. You know, like, but they let them They let them figure out they could win, and it's like, there you go.
All you need is a little bit of confidence sometimes.
Yeah, you just
Hope goes a long way.
Yeah, if you're in that position, you got to beat the shit out of that team. You always beat the shit out of, because you don't want to give them that little spark that says, "Oh, these guys ain't as big and bad as we thought they were."
No, because you can always beat somebody. Doesn't matter what.
Yep.
That happened. That happened sometime last year with the football game, I think. Probably the Cowboys. Cowboys like to blow stuff, so it is what it is.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Hey, did you see? Speaking of Cowboys, did you see Marion Barber?
Oh, he died, didn't he?
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's nuts, man.
A lot of people dying nowadays.
Yeah, because that dude from the Vikings died too, and he was only like 25.
Who?
I can't remember his name. That sounds really bad, but I can't.
I mean, there's a lot of football players I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Check that out.
But Marion Barber's like, that dude was young, man. He wasn't that old. He was only like 30 something.
Yeah, he was like I don't want to say Cowboys legend, but he was like.
Yeah, you definitely remember him.
Yeah. Oh, he had one of the most iconic runs, like, of all time. Like, he ended up like 30 yards backwards in our end zone and went for like a first down.
Yep.
It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. He broke like 8 tackles that play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Then there's Marshawn Lynch. That's the greatest run in NFL history. I don't care what you say, that's the greatest run that ever happened.
What was it called? They have a name for it.
I can't remember. I know that it was a registered earthquake. I know that.
Yeah.
It registered as an earthquake. The fans jumping up and down and like
crazy.
Screaming. It registered as an earthquake.
And he had another one like that too.
The seismic.
He had a couple runs like that.
He had when he wasn't playing for it was the Raiders he was playing for when he did that other one.
No, he had one like earlier in his career before that. I mean, he did have a good one in the Raiders too, but he had 2 that were like, what the hell is this dude doing?
Yeah, because that one was the one within the Saints game.
Yeah, man, what did they call it? There's a name for it.
Yeah, there's a name for it, but I can't remember what it was called. But man, goddamn, that was a good run. He's a man. He's all man for sure.
You ever see his college clip of him driving around in the little Gator?
Yeah.
That dude was. Oh, he's a sponsor for Skittles. That was crazy. That's cool.
What are you talking about? A name for what?
For the run he made.
So there's a super iconic run from this NFL player, Marshawn Lynch. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay. So this one run, he broke like
I think it was like 8 tackles.
Yeah, it was a shit ton of tackles.
Yeah.
Which first off, you don't do in the NFL.
I know. Yeah.
And it was just the way
I understand how hard you break a tackle anyway.
It was just the way he did it.
Like it was stiff arm. The stiff arm
is what made it.
He made a dude fly.
Yeah, he just grabbed a dude and just did this, and the guy just tumbled probably 10 yards backwards, just rolling on his.
He was just on a different level in that particular moment. Huh?
Oh yeah, and there's what is the name of that?
A seismograph? No.
No,
they talking about registered on a.
Yeah, it registered on a seismograph like so many miles away, saying it was an earthquake, or registered as an earthquake because the crowd was going crazy. Insane. Which is nuts, man.
I'm gonna look this up.
But that stadium, the Allen guy or whatever, the guy that owns it, he had engineers come in. He wanted it to be the loudest stadium in the league.
Oh yeah,
and so there's science behind why
it's engineered to be that way.
It's engineered to be that loud because this is an outdoor stadium. Because I know, I know that they've had several. Because in indoor games, they'll give warnings to the fans to be quiet.
Yeah,
you can't do it on an indoor stadium, but outdoor, there's no. Because Arrowhead's really loud. Mm-hmm. Arrowhead's a really loud stadium, and they break records all the time with how loud they are.
Yeah, it's
but that one's designed to be loud.
Yeah, they're notorious over there for just being the worst place to play because of how their fans are.
How loud it is. Is it? I'll tell you what, man. You ever been to a Texas Tech game? Those fans are some
I thought you were about to say assholes.
No, they're a bunch of animals, man. Like they do some of the wildest shit, and like they are assholes. My dad's one of those fans. Like,
sorry, Dad.
Yeah, it is what it is. He's a Tech fan, but man, those fans are dicks and a half. They throw tortillas all over the field.
Most college fans, well, I say most, they have their sections.
Yeah,
the student sections are. I mean, they're all students anyway, but those. You have those groups of that just they'll do whatever they can just to make an impact.
Yep.
Be assholes.
I love watching college though. I'm not a big NFLer. I don't watch much NFL.
Yeah, I think because I'm invested in the NFL because of fantasy football. So
you play? I played fantasy back, but the league I really like to play in. This is many moons ago. The league I like to play in, I eventually just got priced out of it. They were way too much money to play in it. So.
Ours isn't cheap, but it's not super expensive.
Yeah, whenever I dipped out, they were at $750 a team. Yeah, I think
Not there.
now all those guys. I mean, those guys are all college guys, and they make. And now I think last time I talked to anybody, I think they're up to like $1,200 for a team. Like it's.
They got nothing else better to do.
That's like our win.
Yeah.
That's not even our win. Our win is less than that.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I played, I think they were at 5 the last time I played. And I was like, that's enough. I was like, I can't justify spending more than $500 on this. It's a lot. Especially when you're just, come on, man.
Yeah, hard pass.
Yeah. That's when I jumped out. And then they just kept going from there. I think they're all still playing together. I haven't talked to them in a while, but I think they're all still playing together. Last time I heard it was like up to 12 or so.
Jesus Christ. That's insane.
But the win is crazy.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Because at 5, the winner was getting $4,000.
Jesus.
So you can, almost triple that?
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it's not worth it, though, man. This is too much money. That makes me think, like, people who are, like, super rich, millionaires, billionaires, really, they'll spend, like, just absurd amount of money on just useless stuff because they have everything else.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and put $1 million down on this poker game.
Yeah.
Because why not? Because it's meaningless.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
But it's but to them, I mean, you got to figure that $1 million to them is our $100 bill.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's crazy. But you see why they go. Do you see why those people get in trouble and they go all squirrely? Because like when you have that much money and you want for nothing and there's nothing that you can't do, you have to. Your brain lives off of endorphins, and so you have to find something to get your rocks off. You know what I'm saying? You have to find something, and so it just keeps getting weirder and creepier and weirder and creepier until
that bar gets pretty high.
Yeah,
until you have Epstein's Island.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is then all of a sudden you're on Epstein's Island and you're going, what am I doing here? You know, like what happened?
Banging a 16-year-old.
Yeah, you know, it's just like what the fuck, man. Like
that's. I mean. I was saying,
there's a price to all that shit, though.
Oh yeah,
there really is. There's a price to all that shit.
There's something behind money doesn't buy happiness.
Oh yeah.
Except I mean it can buy you a jet ski, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like I said, man, you just get up to that certain point, man. Some of those people are crazy, man.
Did you not like my jet ski reference?
I used to have a jet ski. I used to have 2 jet skis.
That sounded like a dad joke.
Hey, it kind of was. It kind of was in a way. Not the dad joke I'm going with today, though.
No, you gotta know your price. If you don't know your price, you'll never be happy. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. I think that's why Rogan's such an enigma.
Because he doesn't. His money's not important
thing to him. Like he just like, and he doesn't do press. He doesn't do. You don't see him on other podcasts. You do, but very rarely.
Yeah, he's been on a couple. But
it's just because he wants to,
and a lot of it's time to help his friends out, to help them grow.
A lot of it is friends.
Yeah. Like he's all about. That's one thing he talked about a lot in the comedy community, the stand-up community. Is he's always been like, when he first got into it, everybody was against each other and trying to, knock somebody off so they could do better. And then from everything I've heard, he's the one that helped build that. Let me help you out and you out, and then you can help them out and them out, and then we can all just grow together.
Yep.
And
rising tides are rising ships, buddy.
Exactly.
It's crazy because you hear especially you listen to Segura and Kreischer and all them on their podcasts, and they're like, it's almost to an annoyance. They'll be like, I don't even mention anything that I like. I don't go I don't look and go. I'm not sitting around next to him and going, man, I wish I had a grill like that. He said, because if you say that, you wake up the next morning and there's a UPS guy at your door with a fucking grill. And you're like, I really didn't mean I wanted it. I was like, I just was saying, man, that would be cool to have it. I didn't really mean I wanted it right now. I don't really have a place for this. But he said, you don't even mention anything around him because he'll just oh, okay, cool. I'll get that sent right over, And you're like, Jesus Christ, I don't need all that,
I mean, I might drop something in there because I'm a little bit on the lower pay scale compared to those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, Rogan boy can help me out.
Yeah.
I don't think that's something that you develop either, though. I think that's one of those things that you're like that or you're not like that. Yeah. I mean, I guess you can monitor it a little bit, but I got a family member that I was spending some time with this weekend. He makes 6 figures. We were fishing out of a canoe for 2 days.
Yeah.
We were pulling snakes and soft-shell turtles out of the river.
Yeah.
we get dirty, we don't. He doesn't just blow all of his money.
Right.
But I knew before he even started making money and he was on track to make a lot of money. I was like, I'm telling you, he's going to be exactly the same 10 years from now. And everyone's like, I don't know. I feel like he's splurge. There's only one thing I've ever seen him act like. I can see a physical thing where he spent his money. His truck.
Yeah.
Was that the one he had custom made?
Got a nice ride?
The one, I think the one he traded in, it was like one of a very few that were made factory issue that way, and he traded it in, and he's got one that's like, but it's top of the line, and it's the only thing that he like spends money on, and his hobbies that were never big or like, not ambitious isn't the right word, but like in your face or like super attention seeking, right? We're sitting here picking grapes because I pick grapes every year to make homemade wine.
Yeah.
And we're sitting here just picking grapes, and he goes, hey, check this out. He's always collected coins. And he's like, I was like, oh, look at that. And my buddy's sitting right next to me, and it's this dollar piece that he had ordered. He's like, yeah, I got it in the mail the other day. I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a Liberty coin, looking at it. And then I see it, and I'm like, oh, I realized what it was, so I passed it to my friend to see his reaction. And he's sitting there and he's looking at it and he's like, wow, that's really nice. And then he's like, is this a 1 ounce coin that's 99% gold? And I was like, yeah. And at the time he was like, there's like $1,500 in my hand right here. And he's like, yeah. He goes, here, take it back. Take it back.
Don't. That's gonna fall in a crack under my house, and someone's gonna eat it, and I'll never see it again.
But he's just not the type. Like, money's never been like. He's just
not his thing.
Not a materialistic person.
I've got some family members that are like just driven by that. That's like driven by the almighty dollar, and just drives me crazy. I'm like, why, man? Like, I mean, they print that shit every day, brother. Like, it's fine. Like, what are you doing? I know, I get it. You got to save for. I'm not so stupid as think I don't have to save for the future and stuff like that. But God, just to hoard every stinking penny you have just because I gotta hang out. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, dude. Spend some of that shit. Enjoy it. You work your fucking ass off for that shit. Like, go enjoy that shit.
I wish, that's not my toxic trait. A lot of people think that whenever they meet me and get to know me, especially like in a work environment, they're like, oh man, you gotta have, you work super hard and everything else. I don't give two shits what I get paid as long as I can eat, I can drive to work, and I can like spend time with my family. It's performance for me. Like, I've got this weird, I'm all or nothing. Either I want to do great, or I want to be out of the competition completely and just watch it from the outside. I don't know why.
Me and a guy at work talk about that all the time. Like, there's everybody has that set amount of money. Like, I need this much money to
live.
Yeah, to live. Like, I could have a little savings account, pay my bills. This is the money I got to make. And so it's like everybody strives to have, like, I got to get the next one and the next one to get more of this, more of that. I'm like, you need this. Like, this is what you need. So anything past this is gravy. Like, you don't need any of the rest of that. So it's just all gravy money. So just like, as long as you're making this and you're putting it back and all this, as long as you're making that, the rest of it's gravy, man. Go spend it. Yeah. Like, why are you just hoarding that shit? Like, it's, that
you're spending all your time.
And I'm not saying what you should do or not do with your money, man. That's your thing, and I've got my thing. It's just when I watch people do that, I'm like, God, you're hating life, man. Yeah. You're living. Why are you living for the time when you're not going to be able to live? Like, when you're 70 and you're broke down and you're not going to be able to go do this and that and the other. That's what you're saving for.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody's like, oh, well, if I just do this, in 10 years I can do that. And then 10 years later, like, well, if I just do this, then in 5 years I can do that. I'm like, you do realize that when you get to the end of this race, there's nothing left.
Yeah, you're out of years. You're running out of years, man.
Yeah. The only thing I would do with that money is just leave it, for family, my daughter or something, or whoever, but next child. But after that, I make sure I have enough in savings to where if there's an emergency, I'm good.
Sure.
And I have enough to pay the bills. And then after that, I make bad money decisions sometimes. But that's enjoy yourself.
Yeah, go spend it, man. You did it. You made it. Go spend it.
Go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, go spend it, man. You made it, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about money in like 2 years.
I tell my parents all the time because they save and save and save, and I'm not saying they shouldn't. They say, but I'm like, go spend it. Like, don't leave it for me and my brother. We're good, man. Like,
we're gonna blow it anyways. Who cares?
Yeah.
Hey,
Like,
but if saving makes them happy,
yeah,
then maybe that's their money.
That's their thing. Yeah, like, look how much I can get. You know.
The reason I don't worry about money is because my wife, that's her thing.
Yeah.
Like,
she can worry about the money for me.
well, it's not even she likes to worry about it. Like one of the things that she enjoys doing is, like, she enjoys the spreadsheet. She enjoys the budget. She enjoys allocating particular things. And, like, she is just an organized person who enjoys her organization. That's why I've never had to worry about, like, really ever had to worry about money as long as I've known her. Because I'm like, hey, I'm a simple guy. Let me leave the house a couple times and go shoot a gun or get a hook wet by going fishing, or, like, if I want to do something crazy like a zip line or jump out of a fucking plane, like,
Nope.
let me do my weird, wild, quirky things. But most of my hobbies are cheap anyways. I make beer. I already have my equipment. I can make 5 gallons of beer for $20.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know how to jump out of a planer?
Yeah, no. See, the
Me
thing
neither.
about thank you.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, our life's already short.
Yeah. Exactly.
Why are we gonna speed that up?
I just don't understand why. I mean, like, okay, when you're driving a car, like, let's say you're going from here to Dallas, do you just jump out at Hillsboro and walk the rest of the way? No, you don't.
No.
Why would you do that with a plane?
Yeah.
It's a perfectly good running engine. Why in the
I don't
world
know.
are we going to dive out of this thing?
I don't
I've
know.
got
I might have seen this somewhere.
I've got a good answer to this. But go ahead. Yeah,
You hold that thought because I'll forget mine.
you
You
go ahead.
won't. I will.
Okay.
I don't know where I saw this, but I saw there was this lady who jumped out of a plane. Okay. And her parachute did not open.
Yeah.
And then her reserve, it opened, but it got tangled up.
Fuck that, dude. Nope.
So she hit the ground, obviously, because she's not gonna hit anywhere else. And she landed on, I think it was like fire ants or something like that, something along those lines. And they attacked her, and they got her to the hospital, and she hadn't died.
Oh, no. See, that's what I'm saying.
Well, hold on.
No.
But they had found out that when those fire ants attacked her, they had jump-started her heart enough, I guess, to fight off the poison, that it kept her alive, and she made a full recovery.
Okay, see, further reason why we should kill all fire ants, because if I hit the fucking ground going Mach goddamn 4, I want to be dead.
It's called Jesus.
I'm not leaving. I'm not limping away from this. Like, well, aside from all that, there's nothing that's going to jumpstart my heart because I'm having a heart attack. If that parachute is a millisecond late coming out, all you're going to see is, and then it's just going to be a limp body all the way to the
body's
rest
gonna
of the-
just go softly land on the ground.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll be
everything went
dead.
properly except his heart.
But apparently she made like a full recovery, and I mean, obviously, I'm sure the therapy, the physical therapy was awful, but apparently she's walking again and stuff.
There was another story like that where a lady jumped out, or a guy, whoever, they jumped out of a plane, and it was the same thing. They jumped out, parachute didn't open, they fell to the ground, but it was in a freshly plowed field. So the ground was just so soft that when they hit it, they basically just sunk into the ground. And they lived, man. They made it. You know, I'm like, fuck that.
That's convenient.
You know how lucky you have to be for those 2 instances? Everybody else, they're dying.
Yeah, and aside from that, if you use up all your luck on that one thing, you're not. That's it, man.
yeah.
You just use up all your luck, dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna die of cancer.
You're
not gonna be
3
cancer.
days. 3 days.
I saw a story not too long ago. It was probably about, I say not too long ago. It was about a year ago or so. This guy, he had graduated from skydiving to flight suits.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that.
And he had jumped. He made a jump, and there was a super sketchy course that there were lots of hills and rocks, and you're basically going down a mountain. Well, there was this particular ridge. He clipped it, and when he clipped it, he crushed almost every bone on one side of his body.
Yeah.
He made a full recovery, and the very next jump he did, like a year and a half, 2 years later, was that exact same thing, but he finished it.
Good for him. I would have not done that.
I say that to say this, right? When it comes to living, everyone measures life differently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what some people may see as something that is necessarily unattractive to them is freeing to other people. It's like you say, one man's trash to another man's treasure. You know, something that truly gives you joy isn't something that's necessarily going to give me joy. And the same goes the other way around.
I'm sure his medical bill was nice.
The way I look at it is like, we get, okay, so in the morning you get up.
Yep.
First off, with all the craziness that goes on in the world, it's lucky we're not walking charcoal briquettes half the time.
Yeah.
You know, somebody had bombed us by now.
Yeah.
But we get up, you make it past the bombing, right? Then you get, I don't know how combustion engine works, but combustion sounds like fire to me.
Yep.
You know? So you get into a vehicle that you're enclosed in,
Yep.
and you catch gas on fire.
Yeah.
In order for it to propel you somewhere else. And not only does it propel you, it goes 80 miles an hour.
On top of that,
and you're surrounded.
Yeah,
You're
it cools you off.
surrounded by other things going 80 miles an hour, and those people are texting and putting on their makeup. And I saw a guy eating a bowl of oatmeal one time.
Driving with their earphones in.
Yeah, they're doing all of that, and I'm like, I got all the excitement I need. I'm good.
That's
I
the
made
one
it
that-
to work. Like,
Dude,
wee.
That is the one that gets me when you see people with their AirPods in.
Yeah.
Like, what are you? I
What
don't know
the
why.
fuck are you doing?
I don't know why that irks me so bad.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I said I don't know why.
It does me too. It drives
pisses
me up
me
the
off,
fucking
though.
wall. I'm like, take your fucking earbuds out.
First off, they're noise canceling, right? So if they're noise canceling, you can't hear what's going on around you. If somebody honks because they're about to smash into your ass, you're screwed. Or
Can deaf people get licenses?
maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I've never been deaf. I don't know.
But that's a nature thing versus you being a fucking idiot. Like
Yes.
that's
Yes.
Being an idiot isn't nature.
No, I'm talking about
that's nurture. I think that's
being deaf as a thing. Besides you being a fucking moron and putting your shit in.
We have warning labels on too many things.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the reason why we have idiots around.
You're 100% right. They don't let kids beat other kids' ass in school, and they put warning labels on coffee. Let nature take its course.
They got to put warning labels on Tide Pods now, dude. Like,
Yeah, let nature take its course. Let's let people die. It's cool.
You should never lose any amount of sleep or have too much stress over someone being an idiot.
I don't lose sleep over it, but I look at it, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but whenever you're being a moron is affecting me living, me making it to my destination, yeah, you're a fucking idiot.
Okay, so do you ever drive next to somebody and you see them on their phone and you just honk?
No.
You should, because it's hilarious. They're like,
Oh yeah, no.
Hold on.
I don't do it. I drive past those people and I just go, there we are. Here's where we're
I've
at.
only done that once, but it was great.
Here's where we're at.
Let me ask you. So I know how you feel about politics and living in America and how this is the greatest nation on earth and tomorrow's gonna be better than the next day.
Yeah.
But the politicians get to fuck with you, and that doesn't bother you. We're living with the byproduct of morons' decisions in an office.
Yeah.
But the one next to you is the one that bothers you.
Yeah, no, so I've heard that argument before.
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
'cause
I've
now,
heard that argument before.
Okay.
But it's just like the whole tax argument. Like, we give away like almost half our money. It's like, yeah, dude, you're renting this place. Like you're buying your good time.
Yeah.
Like when you go to the bar, if you want to go hang out in a fucking dive bar, guess what? They don't have a cover charge. Guess what America has?
Cover charge.
We're a bad motherfucking place, and
Yeah.
you know what? We got a high cover charge.
Yeah, but if you can't make the cover charge, then you get paid.
Yeah.
The cover charge.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What's going on here?
No, you got. If you can't make the cover charge, you gotta go somewhere else.
Really?
That's what it is, man.
It is what it is.
Gotta go somewhere else, Bubba. I can make the cover charge. I'm all good.
I think I can too. Is it an out of sight, out of mind thing? Is it because you have to deal with it, but you didn't see the person make the decision, but the guy next to you who's on his phone or got his AirPods in?
Well, and then local government affects you more than national government does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, local government if a local governor is making a decision, I'll pay a little more attention to that than the national government. That shit kind of affects you. It doesn't
especially in the
affect
state
you
we live
that
in.
bad.
I think the state we live in is a lot better
bad.
than most states.
Yeah, because again, if you're in a different state, it's a different. We're having a different conversation, but we also live in a state where they go, "We're doing this," and then our state goes, "Fuck off."
Yeah,
and then we just don't do
here.
it.
It's true.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, that's also because we live here. So if you lived in Idaho, it might be a problem, but here it's not a problem because Hot Wheels just says "fuck off," and then we don't have to do it. You know.
I like that.
Wow.
Oh, he does.
Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
That's a great.
Yeah, it's Hot Wheels.
I like it.
But I'll tell you what, Hot Wheels is a cool guy.
We
Man.
got Speed Racer over there, man. He's just moving around.
I mean, as long as he keeps saying "fuck off," we're good.
Yeah, I'm all about it, man.
But then if we get with all these people moving in, man, just make sure you remember why you moved here.
Yeah.
Because if you change it and then we get Dum Dum in there, I'm not gonna mention his name, but if we get Dum Dum in there, it's a problem.
It is what it is, man.
We start going the other direction.
Yeah. Wow, we've been going for a while. That was quick.
Yeah.
Oh, we have been going a while.
Yeah.
Just a couple minutes. Back to back to back to back.
About 64 of them.
Yeah.
Give or take, roughly.
Well, I guess we should wrap this up. All right, y'all have a good night.
Hold on.
Y'all have a good night. We appreciate y'all
Daddy came
tuning in.
prepared this time, sir.
You're trying to cut him off.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. We got to get our annual. No, sir. We gotta get our
You mean?
regular dad joke end of the day
Okay.
per episode.
Here we go.
So
if I accidentally hit this button, it's gonna be a problem, right?
yeah, I'll be
We'll have to just record again.
It's like, well, actually, we got to do the entire episode exactly the same all over again. So, Jordan, do you know the difference between toilet paper and wallpaper?
No.
Wow, you're disgusting.
God damn it. God damn it.
That's been another episode of Last Minute Laugh. Y'all have a good afternoon. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, all the other podcast sources, I guess you could say. Anything else, Jordan?
Message, comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That's it.
Kenneth, you gonna make it?
You can turn it off.
All right, peace out, guys.